Inhale. The American experience certainly differs depending on what you look like, how much money you make, and where you live. But this truth becomes a bit more crippling when the extent to which that injustice reaches is uncovered. The differences in the America we experience extend all the way down to the very air that we breathe. People of color will be the first to experience the harmful effects that environmental degradation will have and is already having on water and air quality, weather patterns, and the list goes on. Exhale. Let's use our breath to explore what it means to live in America through the lens of an environmentalist and social activist. But first, we must zoom in. Let's take the increasingly polarized Bull City. Like other cities around the country, neighboring communities can look like two separate worlds depending on who is inhabiting the area. Higher income communities such as Trinity Park are lush, green urban forests, while just across the tracks, lower income communities in East Durham can seem like barren, gray urban deserts due to the lack of vegetation and green spaces such as parks. And much like any other inequity, this discrepancy in green spaces has a historical background. During the Depression, the government gave out loans to people in order to boost the housing market and ensure that people could pay their mortgage. What a great way to stimulate the economy. What isn't seen on the surface with this service was the way that African American people were excluded from this service. Like any other loan service, the lender, in this case the government, is selective with who is trustworthy. It was decided that African American communities were too risky to loan to. Thus, boundaries were drawn on maps, creating districts to base the lending bias on. Oftentimes, these boundaries ran right along the tracks that separated the white neighborhoods from the non white neighborhoods that had worse living conditions. While seemingly like a dated practice, the placement of white and non white people in cities has changed very little, and the boundaries are still used today to determine where resources and infrastructure, like green spaces, will be located in a city. This redlining was practiced in cities all over the United States, but Durham is an excellent example of this practice. Okay, let's take a break from history and take a look at how this lack of green spaces affects the people living in Durham. Breathe in, breathe out. With every breath, I want you to imagine that the very air you breathe is the cause of poor quality of life within your neighborhood. Decreased vegetation means a decreased quality of air, which can be linked to long-term respiratory issues such as asthma, lung cancer, and the list goes on. Children and women are impacted the most by poor air quality, and conditions are made worse for those who already experience respiratory and heart problems. Breathe in, breathe out. No, really. Inhale slowly and feel what it means to be in control. Breath has the power to control mindset and optimism. Now feel the liberty in your exhale. Access to stress reducing green spaces is a liberty that not all are privileged enough to receive. Along with breath, mental state is impacted by the visual. While seemingly separate, the amount of space in urban centers that is well vegetated and lush has long term effects on the mental health of its inhabitants. Are you still breathing? Slowly and deeply. Do you feel that? Now, with every breath comes a bitter taste. What is that? Inhales, sharp, inequity. Exhales, fleeting, injustice.